excited to share something special with you all. And it's regards to productivity. If you're hearing me, I'm sure you have an interest in productivity, and productivity is something that you want to do more of and say that you have been productive in so such and such. But sometimes it seems as though you're fighting an endless war, achieving the things you want to achieve, but it's not to the optimum level at which you want to achieve it. And as we know, for productivity, anyone can produce something, but to be productive, you must be able to be efficient in producing the things that you want to produce, utilizing time and energy. And the key thing is utilizing your time and energy. And in order to utilize the time and energy, there is a secret that you need to be aware of. And today I'm going to share that with you. I hope that you are ready. Now, I want to go on the record. Okay, I am not here to talk against any productivity things that you know. For example, if you want to be productive, wake up at 5 a.m., slash out your to-do list in half, eat a healthy breakfast, and what have you, right? The lists are endless. 10 things to stay productive, read and keep a journal and all those. Great suggestion, great. But then doesn't it feel like you're doing too much? It seems like I have to do this, I have to wake up, I have to do this and do this and do that. And it is necessary. You need it. Just like the food that we eat, we need to take in food in order to be able to get energy to carry out functions in our body. So it is necessary. But then another key component that we need to tackle and be aware of is what I am about to share with you. But before I share that, I want to create a scenario for you. Look at a plant. When you plant a seed, it is important that the soil is fertile for that seed to grow. So you as an individual might have wonderful ideas, but if the ideas does not meet a fertile ground or systems in place or an environment to help that seed or those ideas or those motivations, passion and all that, what would happen is that seed will dry up and not grow. Now, let's say as an individual, you have that fertile soil. I mean, you've read the books, you're doing what it is, you have a journal, you're taking the course, you are well equipped for the job and all that, you're ready to go. But then there seems to be a missing piece. You're not so sure why it's not moving forward the way you want it to move forward. You're not sure why you're not achieving the things that you want to achieve in the time that you want to achieve it. Now, let me create that scenario that I mentioned earlier. Now, if you look at a plant, the plant has branches, right? Leaves, bear fruits. But one thing about the plant is that the plant has roots that is deeply rooted in this fertile soil. So you may have the fertile soil. You may have all that it takes, everything necessarily put in place, the degree, the waking up early, the job that is moving to the next level, the journal that you're doing, whatever, all these things you're doing to stay productive, you're doing it all. But just like the plant, it has to be firmly rooted. So its roots are very key. So I liken the roots to your mind. You have to be firmly rooted in the things that you have already set in place. So if you're putting things in place, but your mindset is not firmly rooted in the sense of positioning, you end up like a plant that is uprooting itself. It's like you're planted here, but somehow you uproot yourself and get out of the soil. Then whatever you're doing, all the work you're doing cannot be effective. It will not bring value to you because you're not firmly rooted. So be mindful of the things that you do. Figure out why you do the things you do. You're waking up early to do what? Maybe, meditate and do the things that you do. You are aware of that. You are reading this book, or you are taking this class. For what reason? You have established that that's a fertile soil. Your mind has to be positioned in this fertile soil you've created to extract the nutrients necessary for your growth. And that mind, in order to extract these nutrients, your mind has to be positioned in one place, which is at rest. What that means is that you have a certain outlook, positive outlook of yourself that is deeply rooted. You have a sense of awe of yourself that is deeply rooted. You have a sense of respect for yourself. You see yourself, you talk well of yourself. That means you are established and rooted, so that with that right frame of mind, you can utilize the books you've read, you can make use of your to-do list, you can make use of the degree you had, the lessons you learned, the job you're in, you can make use of it. But if your mind is wandering to and fro, if your mind is unstable, if you are hard on yourself, if you are criticizing yourself so badly in a sense that you can't recover because you have a certain outlook of yourself, you are not rooted. So I'm here to tell you, where is your mind? It has to be positioned in a place where a place, and that place where the roots, where your mind meets the soil, it has to be a positive outlook. You don't have to wait for someone to tell you. When someone tells you, don't doubt it, take it, in terms of you're doing great. You are the right one for that position. You are on the right track. Now, I'm not saying that lie to yourself, but if you genuinely are putting certain things in place, school, training, putting certain skills in place, reading, waking up early, getting something, you're disciplined, you're eating well, you're setting certain things in place, then I'm here to tell you that you're doing a great job, and you need to get your mind to recognize that. Stay rooted. So if negative thoughts are coming to you, if a sense of mediocrity, if a sense of failure, you're not doing well, look at your mates, you're not achieving well, you've only achieved so much, and you need to you need to step it up, all of those things, and it's almost putting you down, you've got to say no. You've got to be rooted in the right things, because in order to abstract all the hard work you've put in, you've got to have a particular mindset, which is the right mindset, a positive outlook of yourself. Have some respect for yourself. Don't look at others and belittle yourself. These are things that people may not see on the outside, because you may appear all is well. But I'm talking to you behind the closed doors, in the middle of the night when you're not able to sleep, the thoughts that are bombarding you, feeling like less of a success, and all of those things that are going. You have so much to do that you don't even know where to start from, how to do it. So the necessary things that you spent years and months to put in place, you're not deeply rooted to obtain the nutrients. Do you get what I mean? So stay rooted. That means that your language must be the same, positive. That's your language. You have a positive outlook of yourself. Now, let me tell you something. The tree, look at the tree. Look at where the roots is. The soil and the root, the mind, right? The root is deeply rooted in the soil, and the branches. As a person, human, let me say that, right? You also think of your environment as that soil. So your mind has to be rooted. So I want you to literally pick yourself up and bring it upside down, in a sense, and see yourself. Your mind is deeply rooted in your environment. So you have created this environment of good, of a lot of work that has put in place to create this environment. Now your mind has to be positively tuned in order to extract all that you have worked to create this environment that works. Then your hands and your legs are the ones that will begin to now produce the results. So you realize that when things come to you, you produce result, because your mind is positioned in the right environment, and now you see that in the work of your hands. You realize that your feet is taking you to places that you are amazed at how you got there. Why? Because you are positioned in the right environment. You have positioned your mind in the right environment. And so when you extract the nutrients that you have the food that you've eaten, the nutrients will now begin to work. And you begin to be productive effortlessly. So now when you're walking, I want you to position yourself. Pick yourself, your head, your mind, your head deeply rooted in your environment, right? And your hands and feet are there to produce. So you are not walking to go somewhere. You're not, going up and down trying to collect things. That's not the idea. Position like the plant. Create the environment that works. Be in tune with your mind. Positive talk. Not just talk, but mean it. How do you see yourself? Wow, I've done this by the grace of God. I have obtained this. I am learning this. I am growing in this area. Right? You have a positive outlook. You respect yourself. You know you are on the right track, and you do whatever it takes to ensure that the environment is right. And that is the things you know about productivity, accountability partners, pep talks, finding a supportive system, all of those things, key. But if you're not deeply rooted, which is your mind is not in tune with that environment you spent so long in creating, your hands will not produce, which means anything your hands touch, there's no production. Anytime your feet walk, it's not produced. Why? Because you're not deeply rooted. So I want you to have that in mind. Anytime you see a plant, picture the roots as the mind, soaking every nutrient. Because what? The rain will come, the nutrients in the soil, all of it ready for you to take. But if you're unstable in the mind, if you are bombarded with so much, and you have anxiety, experiencing lack of motivation, and you see yourself lesser than everybody else, and you go on social media and you're so intimidated, you're talking to someone, you almost lack hope, and all of that is because you feel like you are so caught up with doing. But I want you to be at a restful state. Your mind at rest. Do not be anxious for anything, but everything, right? You know the requests, you know the things you set in place. So you are aware of yourself. You wake up in the morning with a positive outlook on yourself. Maybe you want to wake up at 5 a.m. You end up waking up at 8 a.m. Now, sit yourself down and say, this and this. Okay, Keturah, maybe I need to sleep early. I need to do this. Takes a few things. I'll move it here and there in order to make it easier for me to wake up and do the things I need to do. But never talk down on yourself to the point that you don't even want to do it. You've put so much work in where you are. I know that. The degree, I can't stress it enough. The things you have put in place. The environment is fertile, is rich. The soil is rich. But where are the roots? They're nowhere to be found in the soil. Your mind is absent. Make sure your mind is at rest to obtain the nutrients. That is something you need to know about productivity. And what that makes you is fulfilled, knowing that everything you touch will come out with results. Will. It may be a matter of time, but it will. And wherever your feet goes will produce results, because what your mind is deeply rooted in the environment that you have spent so much time to create. All right, we can talk about the environment, how to create that environment. We can talk about ways to stimulate the mind in order to receive the nutrients that you have put in place, and how to utilize everything about you in order to take advantage of your potential. More of this, we go in depth on this in a course that I'm offering called the Take Advantage of Your Potential. Haritech is here to bring you one of our signature courses, and I invite you to be a part of it. It is life transforming. You learn about how to be a better person and how to be the better version of yourself, how to walk in purpose, how to take advantage or tap into your potential. How to be purposefully minded. We talk about all of these are things that books won't teach you. These are inspired of God, and I am here to share with you and a group of facilitators who are equipped to bring to you nothing but the best. The class starts next month. And so I will put the link in our bio. Make sure that you click on that link and register. I am looking forward to having you in the class. Is TAP, which is Take Advantage of Your Potential, and you can register at www.harutechglobal.com/TAP course, and it would also be on our bio. I am looking forward to having you in class. I hope you learned something. I hope you have that vision in your mind. Anytime you see yourself, right, make sure your mind is deeply rooted in that environment that you have created, so that you can produce the fruits that you've so envisioned for your life effortlessly. I guarantee you see such a tremendous difference in how you do things, how you handle things, and how it eventually comes back producing the fruits. Join me in the class. Take advantage of your potential starting next month. Thank you, and keep unfolding and be the better version of yourself. God bless you. Bye-bye.